Are we rolling?
You are a diva, dude.
Whoa.
Wow.
You know, I fucking take
with the recliner and then with the
I don't want to
more than
recline
enough
because
slack.
with these pants, you're gonna see the bulge in my pants, and you know
That's
what?
unavoidable.
That's ridiculous.
Some guys just have it all, man.
Will
Some
you
guys
stop it?
have it
And
all.
I don't think I'm being a diva. I'm just saying that the cord is bunched up.
Do you not have more than enough? Do you have more than enough, Joseph?
Now I have enough surface area where I can I have lateral movement.
All
With
right,
this
if you're
thing.
happy, I'm happy.
Are you going to recline?
No, I'm not reclining.
You're not going to commit to the recline?
I can't be doing a serious podcast recline.
This is not a serious podcast, Joey D.
I take it very seriously, Bob. I don't know what to tell you.
By the way, how special is the cave?
Are we recording?
We're live. Yeah, we're live. How special is the cave, Mikey V?
Feels good.
Yeah, it really does.
Feels right.
It's another day in the life of Beardown.
Yeah.
You know, I will say he's got that computer positioned in a way that it accentuates the size of this room.
Yeah.
Does.
Because I thought you had a lot more surface area down here than you do.
Yeah.
And you make use of this area very well.
So that's how somebody tells you that you have a small house without just coming out and saying that you have a small.
I'm
Thanks,
not
Joe.
saying that you're a large individual, and it looks like when you do the podcast that you're in this massive, you've done a good job. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
angle
say.
it nice.
Yeah.
It's all about angles,
It is
baby.
all
By the way,
And as somebody who's a bigger guy, let me tell you, when you get good angles, you keep them.
when you come down into the cave, he just hits you right in the face. It just Eddie George is the first jersey you see, and then you see Dick Buckus.
Jim McMahon.
Like he hits you right when you come down.
This guy's
How
a
about,
shaft.
how about the 36 Yankees championship?
Yeah, that's
Little
special.
Joey D up there.
Do you know the last time we were here, the Yankees were down 3-0 against the Astros in the ALCS, and we were so done with them. Thanks, Joseph. You do take this podcast seriously.
I do. I want this podcast to get bought out one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not.
And we don't even have a sponsor yet, so I mean we're far from where we need to
Paint
be.
your life. Paint your life.
Paint your
Take it-
life.
Come on. Paint your life.
All right. We're becoming Bob Ross as we speak.
It's a happy tree.
Hey, we'll take it any way we can get it. Fellas, let's talk a little bit about the weekend, because it was quite
an
the
eventful
weekend.
one,
It was an
to say the least.
It was an eventful one.
Lots to discuss.
I'll tell you this. I mean, not even for the buy or sell segment. We've been buying them. Nicky Diamonds stole the show.
Yeah, he usually does. I mean, he is his persona is larger than life, and then when you meet him, he is so much more than that. He has like an aura to him that is infectious. And I mean, we opened the Breezy Lounge for us and for Bob to Sports and everything like that, and we had, I don't know, at least probably 50 people chanting Nicky Diamonds during the games with the overhit in the SMU game.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was you would have sworn we were there for him. And it was unbelievable. He had his satchel with him. He had
Four
his
phones?
tiger print. He had 4 phones. I mean, one was so dated, I don't even know how he still gets cellular service. And you know what? He is like the most lovable individual you'll ever meet.
He comes in with
Salt of the earth.
he had like the leopard print jacket, and I was telling
velour.
you, yeah, there was a time like everybody wanted to talk to him, and there was a time where a guy, Diamonds was kind of by me, and a guy came, he's like, Bob, like, you know, do you think I could say hello to Diamonds? And I saw Diamonds see him say that, and I was like, yeah, he'll say hello. So then Diamonds, he tries to act like he didn't hear that, and he goes back. He saw that go down, and then he puts his head down, and then I come by, he's like, oh, nice to
Oh, how
meet you.
wonderful. How wonderful. Delightful. Bombarded by people.
He got hit hard.
It's like
loved
Elvis.
every second of it. And you know what? He treated every single person with the utmost respect. Somebody spilled a drink on him. I thought he was gonna lose his shit. He was just like, it's all right. It's all right. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, he
gentleman.
stole the show, man.
Gentleman.
He was unbelievable. And by the way, that Breezy Lounge in Herald Square, 5 Iron shout out.
Incredible.
I've not been there.
Incredible.
That place, it was surreal to be there, and like, you know, and then when Bob gave his speech and there's just all these people, and then you look out the back and you have this panoramic view of the street with all those open windows. I was like, man, this is like why are they investing this in us? Like, not to say that we're not worth it, but it's like, it almost kind of, you look and there's pictures of us on the wall of a bar in New York. It's
the best too with Mikey's Only Subs guys, and I was telling him, it's like there were so many of them there. They feel the need, like when they introduce themselves, they'll be like, "Hey, my name's John, Only Subs."
Group of voiceless. They definitely have a loud voice.
Yeah. The Breezy Lounge, the level of care, that staff and the manager delivered to everyone for 2 straight days. I was calling her my guardian angel. And she was calling herself my guardian angel. Just incredible, like, helicopter service on top of everything. Yeah. Like, nothing slipped by these people. Shout out 5 Iron and the Breezy Lounge. That was an incredible weekend.
There's been a lot of cool stuff, obviously, that's happened like the last year or two, and a lot of it's very surreal. And this, to me, was one of the most surreal, to have everybody there. Really, our own bar now is, and all the pictures of us everywhere, and like, it really is, man. That was one of the coolest moments, I think, that's ever happened to us. And there's been a lot of cool shit that's happened.
And it's always more fun because we're all together, like experiencing it, like, and enjoying it. Having Mikey was awesome. I wish, obviously we were hoping that Grill Guy was going to be able to make it. And I would have loved to seen Smigsy too. But like, when you have a group of friends there, it like elevates the moment like by 50. Yeah. Cause and especially we don't see Mikey very much. And like, I think people who watch the pod, they think that we've like known him for like forever. And it kind of feels like we have, but it's only been like, I've only known you like less, like maybe a couple of years that I've actually like known you significantly well. And like, it's very enjoyable. And I really always enjoy coming to New York. And
you like New York a lot.
I do. I love how when you walk down the street, people don't give a fuck about you. And you like, I almost got trampled like 5 times.
Joe's a big hustle and bustle guy.
Yeah, he is.
He loves the hustle and bustle.
I love it.
I'm the complete opposite. The city really, like, to me, it like overwhelms me a little bit.
It's
I get anxiety.
It's a lot.
Oh,
I do too.
I love immersing myself into a place where I'm just I'm always a nobody, but just a nobody in a city where
don't sell yourself short. It's not.
Well, just
you like to feel like you're a fly on the wall sometimes.
Yeah, I just like to sometimes I'll just like I went the one day and I just walked down the street to the CVS and I was watching people like barrel through. Like, it's wild. Some homeless guy was throwing shit. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy.
The last time we were in New York, Joe woke up really early and like he did like on his Instagram story, like he made it look on his story like he toured all of the city, and he showed this big like bagel shop, and we all then had to leave the hotel. So we left the hotel and we turned around and the bagel shop was right. It was literally right
across the street.
And he made it seem like he took a tour all around New York City.
Perception is reality, Bob.
Hey folks, Bob here, coming to you live from Mikey V's Man Cave, the Bear Cave, as one would say. And we're here to let you know that this episode is brought to you by the fine folks over at DraftKings. Holiday season's here. We're thankful for family. We're thankful for good food. We're thankful for DraftKings. Starting right now, use promo code DUMB. New customers who download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today, bet $5, get $150 instantly in bonus bets. You can't go wrong when you go with DraftKings. Happy holidays from the Brilliantly Dumb Show. And by the way, people say something real special to me, us being the Yankee fans that we are. You're an adopted Yankee fan. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop for the Yankees, who's our guy, showing up to the Breezy Lounge was one of the coolest fucking things. And funny story, but it was tough. There was a guy who was really out of line all night. He really was. He couldn't keep it together. And that's the good thing about the fans that come. They're so good. They really are. And they're so respectful. There was one guy who was really out of line all night. Volpe comes up and the first interaction Volpe has, he walks in the door and this guy acted like he was at the stadium and he goes, "Volpe, go back to Scranton, you bum." It was the first time I've ever asked a fan to have to leave. And I told him, I said, I've never done this. You got to go. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. And then eventually got, but the first interaction he has is Volpe, go back to Scranton, you bum.
Well, you know that Bob values the relationship he has with Volpe because on the wall, Volpe is front and center at the top of the wall.
I didn't do that.
And on the bottom,
I didn't do that.
barely eye level, you have to crouch down on all fours to see a picture of the entire
Volpe is Bob Jeter.
Sports team on a boat in Jupiter, and our picture is on the floor, and Volpe is front and center mid.
Gotta make him feel home.
And somehow Patrick Peterson made it on the wall, and we met him for a minute. We literally met him for a minute in town. By the way, nice guy, not shitting on him. I'm like, how is he on the wall? It is outrageous. And by the way, I think we got to get Beardown.
By the way, for the record,
it is unbelievable.
I sent in the picture of Volpe. I didn't choose what frames were there and who was bigger.
5x5 framed, beautiful frame, by the way.
Mahogany. Rich mahogany.
Oh, mahogany.
Encrusted in 24-karat gold flake.
Cedar. It's so nice. Eye level, like at the front column, and I look and I'm like, oh, there's the Bob the Sports team, and we're on the floor.
It's so small. It's
so small. We're such a big group. We're so small. I didn't know we could be that small.
That maniacal laugh you hear in the background is the big ticket. Shout out to the big ticket, front and center.
Ticket on that.
The ticket.
He's more of a stub.
Yo, ticket stub. What a bar.
Dude, Ticket made one of the craziest moves I have. This guy, we all love food on this podcast. Nobody loves food the way the Big Ticket. Ticket went to bed. He went to go to sleep. He went back to the room and wasn't going to come out. Like he wasn't going to come out or anything like that. He had enough, and I get it.
Should I read the text?
Yeah. The only thing that brought him back, he came back and met us at McDonald's.
I got to read this text. This text between me and the Ticket is pretty special because I keep, when we're on these big things, I always keep tabs on two people, Ticket and Yaman, because I want to see what they're doing and where they're like, how they're gauging things and like where they're going. So I had kept an eye on Ticket, and then he left, and I was like, so I messaged him. This was just before 11 o'clock at night. Where are you at? And then I just wrote ... McDonald's happening. He goes, I just got back to the hotel. I'm absolutely beat. So I write, okay, dude. He goes, are you going? I was like, well, yeah, take it easy, dog. I think me and Teddy gonna smoke a J and go. Jet will likely come. Ticket responds, damn, that sounds fun. I'll probably just chill and sleep in a big day. Got to get ready for tomorrow. 2 minutes later, text me, fuck it, I'll go. Are you heading there now? And I said, gonna leave in 5 minutes. He goes, okay, let me know if you do. If you leave in 5, I'll come. Any later and I'll hang. Then he messages me, just looked up that McDonald's. It closes at 11. And Gio tags me another McDonald's. So go to this one. It's only a few blocks away and open 24/7.
That's one of the fattest exchanges.
Is that not
By the way, Mikey said, and it's true, if people saw us at that McDonald's, was that not a horror show?
I said it on the Bob Does Sports podcast yesterday. I'll say it again. It was like watching, if you're an outsider watching it, it was like the zombie movie. What's the Walking Dead? The Walking Dead. It was like watching zombies devour a human corpse. Like the way it was absolutely, it was pathetic. It was pathetic. Me and Ticket were showing, I remember one thing sticks out. Why? I don't know why. Ticket and me were like displaying a crispy McChicken sandwich to the whole table to show them, like, and Ticket's like, yo, look how beautiful this sandwich is. Like, this is a perfectly constructed sandwich. It was just bad.
When we were at
Jet was hammered too.
When we were at Frankie and Johnny's, Ticket, I'm looking over to Ticket's just The food was unbelievable.
Oh, this.
You wouldn't know, but the food, I can promise you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
but I can tell you, the food was unbelievable. And Ticket always asked for his steak. He wants it as rare as possible, so he always asked the waiter. He goes, "Just sear the moo off of it," and it always comes out too rare, and it's his fault. To me, it's like it's his fault. Like, and they did it perfect for him. This guy was devouring food like I've never seen. And Fubu goes to take a shit, and Ticket has to shit so bad. So Ticket just waddles over to the bathroom, and Fu said that he hears Ticket outside the doors, and Ticket tried to like send the message that like he's got to go. So he goes,
breathing like he was going into convulsions.
Oh my God.
So Fu said after the second one, he heard him. He's like, "All right, I get it. Like I'm not moving."
I knew it was bad because Tick looked at me and he was like, he started sweating.
Yeah, that's the worst.
He was like, "This is sensational."
That is
He
the
looked at me and he's like, "I'm in a bad way."
When you have that like undeniable urge, when it's like bubbling and you know like there really is nothing more you can do to hold that.
Oh yeah, Tick.
And to be in a public restaurant with the bubble guts is one of the worst
The
things.
bathroom was so small.
Yeah, it's a tiny bathroom there.
He said to me, he's like, "Have you ever felt like you're gonna shit your pants?" I'm like, "Yeah, about once a week."
Yeah,
It happens to me all the time.
But you know when you're on your tiptoes and you're trying to breathe, you're trying to breathe through it, you're trying to angle your body in a way that maybe your stomach will calm down, but it never does. And this restaurant only had one
toilet
lavatory, and it was lavatory, and it was the smallest one I've ever seen. And I think he thought I was trying to get him out of there. And I was sure was, but it wasn't an act. But
it was great.
Is there any better relief?
I'm sweating.
Is there any better relief when your cheeks hit that seat?
That's
though?
right. That
has to be the best feeling.
But that's always in a
ever.
wet ride out of there. Like whenever you have to go, it's a wet.
It's a shooter.
I think when Fubu opened the door and saw me, I think my belt was already undone. I think that was already off, ready to go.
He was halfway there.
The way he described it though, when he said like he heard the first like he needs to go, and then he said after he heard the second one, he was like, "All right, I get it."
That's Fubu. That's Fubu.
What's crazy is he came back. I ordered him cheesecake, which he ate.
Yeah, the cheesecake.
You ate cheesecake? Oh man!
But listen to this. As Diamonds is getting the bill, Tick looks over. He's like, "I gotta run it back." He went back like 10 minutes after he ate cheesecake, and then he went back.
Wow!
And whoever had to clean that bathroom last night.
I mean, you know when you got to sit there and you know this is going to be 20 minutes, you're going to have the first wave, then you got to wait it out. Why get up when you know there's another wave? But I didn't have that time. I was at a nice dinner. I wanted to get back to the crowd.
Sure.
So I went back, ate cheesecake for 5 minutes, went right back to the bath.
My dad asked me the other day, he's like, with how much you guys eat, he's like, who do you think like eats the most? And I was like, in one sitting, if you ask Mikey to do it, Mikey could probably eat the most, but over like a duration of time, I would take like a Ticket can just house.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mikey didn't eat much last night. This man
let's get into that. Yeah.
Done and dusted.
All right, let me just get right ahead of this.
Yeah, go ahead. It's all yours.
Let me get ahead of it. Yesterday was a long day. Some of us, not going to name names, some of us had the luxury of taking a little afternoon nap.
Don't you do this.
I made the mistake. Now, Joe was very funny because, well, Diamonds was upset. There was no way I could leave Nick there. There was no way. So I had to stay with Nick. I was staying with Nick to watch the games no matter what. And I think Nick looks over at Joe at one point and he's like, Are you going to leave? And Joe goes, "Fuck no, I'm not going to leave. I got all these games on. I'm not going fucking. I'm with the boys today. I'm out." It was the perfect response, and that got me jacked up. But yesterday was a long day. Drank all day long. Yes, 100% went to Frankie and Johnny's. I made it through Oysters, Rockefeller, Clams Casino, and then I fell asleep at the table.
Did you make it through the Clams Casino?
I had a couple clams.
Okay.
I definitely did not make it past half.
The Clams Casino bankrupted him because after that he got nothing left.
It was straight out of a weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
this guy was in his chair like this. Gone for the whole night. He was gone.
There was events we drank all day.
Yeah.
I think Mikey finally realized like that not to like say that I'm like, I can go all day like that, and I was actually okay, but we were drinking nonstop.
Yeah, I know. That's right. And what's worse is, you know, if you've never been to Frankie and Johnny's in the city, shout out Frankie and Johnny's.
Frankie's terrific.
Love Frankie and Johnny's.
Phenomenal spot.
The room that Nicky gets us in is a room with a grand fireplace, and I was sitting directly in front of the fireplace, and that fire just put me right out.
By the way, there was one time where we tried to wake you up when you're steak. Me and Tika got a view of it where the server brings you this massive 24-ounce porterhouse and he drops it down in front of you. It was terrible.
And then Bob was like, Michael, is it to your liking? Will you be requiring an additional side, or will this be sufficient? And he's just like this. And then at one point, legitimately, I was concerned because you started leaning back on your chair and you were.
I wanted to get close to that fire, bro.
You were so close to the fire. Bob's like, he's going to fall into the fireplace. It would have been a raging inferno. It was. And like the servers were trying to get by you. They were like tiptoeing behind the chair.
By the way, there's a time where Fubu tried to wake Mikey up, and Mikey wakes up and he looks at Fu like Fu's ridiculous for asking if he's okay. So Mikey wakes up. He's like, Mikey, you okay? He's like, yeah, like
I was just fucking tired.
He had an hour, 2 hours, and Fu goes, Kai wakes up. He thinks we're in his fucking bedroom the way he's talking to me. He's gonna wake up and say, why is there a fireplace in my bedroom?
Why they cook the steak medium well?
Now, Tick, Cutsy got an all-time video, and I hate to do this to you, Mikey, but if you could overlay the video of Bernie just absolutely gone.
I loved it. I thought it was great. Losing day? No. And like your ship being there.
Newark's always had a great airport, and they keep upgrading it. The best thing about Newark is the airport.
Airport's good. It's true. Although, listen, bro, like,
It's unbelievable. Best thing about Newark, it's the airport.
I was gonna post it this morning because I like to normally take like a panoramic video of the dinner and like the spread and everything. So like I didn't comprehend that when I was taking it, like in the front and centerpiece in front of the fire, we had, you know, Mikey, no fucking lights on, and so I'm taking the thing. It starts with Perez. It goes, pans over to Teddy, and then we're going into Fubaloo. And then I realize I get all the steak and all the sides, and then you just get Mikey, and it's just. I mean, the lights are on, but nobody's home. It was
a long day.
The lights weren't even on.
No, they were off. They were off.
They had a sensor light on.
By the way, nobody should be concerned. I was just very tired. It was a long day. So
Man, when they dropped that steak, me and Ticket saw it at the same time. They dropped that.
That had to be
steak.
very funny.
It was one of the funniest.
Server, and I was like, he'll take a dog.
That's right. He dropped, and then they did, and then they got a dog.
So I get home and Holly's like, why do you have fucking mushrooms in this bag? Like, this is mushrooms, and like it was like random shit in that doggy bag. I don't even know if there was steak in there.
There should be.
And then our good friend Teddy was the nicest guy possible. Teddy Ballgame. He was late, and it really wasn't his fault. And you just don't want to be late to a Diamonds dinner. No. So Teddy comes up, and you could tell he's sweating. He's nervous to see Diamonds. So he goes up to Lou. He calls him Mike. He goes, "Hey, good to see you, Mike." He's so nervous.
DJ Mike.
He called him DJ Mike.
No, Ladano.
So then he comes. How the fuck does he get? He comes walking around to Diamonds, and he's so nervous. And Diamonds doesn't. Kate comes walking around, and she goes, "Hi," he goes, "I'm so sorry, I'm late." And he was so nervous. It was no, he didn't care. He was
Did
so
Fubi
good.
say anything when he called him Mike?
No, he let it go. He let it go.
That would have been
He
so
went to the
great.
bathroom and he was like,
DJ Mike.
His name's not Mike. And I was like, A, he's not a DJ.
Yeah.
And B, his name's not
He
Mike.
called him DJ Mike.
DJ Mike.
Yeah, that's tough.
When he came and said it, I
He said it with so much conviction.
I turned to Ticket and I said, "Did you hear what I just heard?" And Ticket goes, "I sure did."
That's so great.
Well, by the way, nice to do a together pod. And for the people that have been listening for years and just have gotten the shittiest audio for the longest time, it's nice for them to get this only to go back to the shitty audio next week. So
Stay tuned.
Enjoy it while you got it. Enjoy it while you got it.
We're coming in hook, line, sinker.
yeah, so it really is. It's really, really nice. Let's go on. Let's let's head on. We got a big football Sunday ahead. Telurchio's is going to be here soon to drop off the food.
The sandwich, the Brilliant Dumb sandwich.
So they are bringing the Brilliant Dumb sandwich.
That's
I'm
correct.
very excited for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a little taste test.
By the way, he's starved. He hasn't ate since lunch yesterday.
By the way, that might be my buy. Those burgers and those sliders and those chickens
those were phenomenal.
The fucking food at the Breezy Lounge. And I'm not just listen. If I would always say the food's good, but I'm going to make it a point to say how good that food was.
Are you buying it?
Yeah,
it was
fucking incredible.
The
Bias
cheeseburger
aside,
sliders were amazing.
like bias aside, it was really that good. Like
Yes.
obviously we're going to be biased, but it was that good.
The burger, when I bit into it, I was like, "This is fucking incredible." And the sauce that they had on the chicken sandwich, like it was like a hot honey
I didn't try
sauce.
the chicken one, but the pulled pork was really good too.
Shit!
The guy Michael, he's the head chef there and like really runs all of it. It's funny and it's kind of come full circle. My dad used to be a U.S. food service salesman, so he would get his food from my dad, and my dad would before he it was a place called the Yale Club. It was my dad's biggest account, and Michael was hired from the Yale Club to like help out with margins and stuff like that, so they could fix all that. And he got there and he checked out all my dad's prices because you make your own prices. And he's like, "Yeah, this guy's clean. It's got everything." And then all of a sudden he saw the bacon, and my dad was charging him like 5 times what he should be. So that's how my dad was making his money. So it's kind of come full circle. And my dad found out that he was the chef over there. My dad's like, "You gotta ask him about the bacon."
That's a great nickname too. Bacon.
So then when my dad came for the tasting, they were like reunited together at the lounge. Yeah, it's pretty wild. All right, folks, it's the holiday season, the perfect gift, the perfect time to give the gift over at paintyourlife.com. Send in any picture on the website to paintyourlife.com and they'll give you a painting portrait that you just cannot deny. Starting right now, use promo code DUMB to get 20% off and free shipping. I just recently got one and it's on the way. It is spectacular. It's also hysterical, so stay tuned for that. The site is as easy as can be. Again, I went over and I did all you do. Send in that picture, choose from the different portraits, the different sizes that they have. Paintyourlife.com. Wait till you see what I got on the way. Promo code DUMB for 20% off and free shipping. Any picture, bring it to life with paintyourlife.com. But fellas, going to the buy or sell segment, I'm buying
the Breezy Lounge food, man.
Yeah.
That food was like, and again, pop in there, check it out, Herald Square, 5 Iron Golf, Breezy Lounge. But that food, no bullshit. Like that food is like A1. It's for bar food. Like, listen, it's not a fancy restaurant. That food quality for bar food, if you're going to watch a game, that's some of the best bar food I've ever had.
He was loving it.
So fucking good.
He's tough to please food wise.
Very tough. Very tough.
And he was loving it. Joey, do your buy or sell?
I'm buying New York, man. I think, okay, here's the thing.
Big Apple.
Maybe not to live here, but definitely to visit. It's one of the funner places that I look forward to coming. Maybe it's also because we got a good community of people out here between, when we see Mikey, it's always special, but like, you just walk down the street. The food options, dude, are elite. they're elite in this. I have had like between Frankie and Johnny's. I went for dinner the first night. I got in on Thursday.
So good. It was so
I went to this Cucina Alba spot, which was amazing. And then like, it was just like every night we had like an amazing experience. And then Friday we stuffed our face with McDonald's, but that's neither here nor there. It's just, there's so much going on. It's fascinating for me to watch people like and what they're doing on the street.
It's the best people watching place in the world.
It's wild. And you know what? To visit, maybe not to live. I'm not saying to live here, but like I love it. I've always loved the big city. And I mean, New York is as big as it gets. So I'm actually going to buy New York. I know you sold New York not long ago. And I'm sure like if you're there long enough, you probably get sick and tired of it. But I've had a blast here, man. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I got 2 buys.
This is the first ever 3 buy segment. This is wild.
Yeah.
My first buy, because this was such a Cinderella story, because when FP's hungover and as bad as he was up till 4 o'clock in the morning the night prior. When you go to do that next podcast with him, you know that you just really got to get him going. Yeah. And just when he's so hungover, his live podcast performance was the funniest. He stole the show.
Great. Yeah, he was great.
Oh my God. He
warmed
was so
up real
funny.
well.
Best pod he's ever done, maybe.
Oh, he was a fucking, it was a gutty performance. I knew how bad he was hurting. It was a gutsy performance.
I've never seen anyone, well, maybe that's not true, but he's one of these guys where when he's hungover the next day, like he don't even want to speak to you. Like
you got to get him
and
at
you
like
could
4
see,
o'clock.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. You could see like
Imagine trying to golf with him in the morning.
he's trying to put himself back into like neutral. Like you could visually see it. And for him to be able to do that, he warmed up real well. And he actually put on a good showing yesterday.
Oh,
real
he
good
was
showing.
hilarious.
Post pod, even when we were hanging out with everybody watching the games.
He was
He's the best.
He is one of the funniest human beings I think on the face of the earth. I remember my other buy was how good Frankie and Johnny's was. It is their sides. I'm sorry, I feel bad. I feel bad.
I've been there multiple times.
Yeah, their food, the sides, the home fries. It's
did you get your home fries?
Oh my God,
for you.
The sides were, I mean, the broccoli, the
broccoli was great.
cream spinach,
Yeah,
the
their
asparagus.
That macaroni and cheese was the best
best
macaroni and cheese
I've ever had.
I've ever
Ever?
had.
Wow.
That was
I second that. Yeah.
Wow.
The best
You
ever.
second that? The best ever
Bro,
mac and cheese?
It was unbelievable.
I wouldn't say the best, but it's up there.
And you know what?
It was very
You know what Diamonds did that I appreciated? Lobster's so good, but he's like, I want the mac and cheese without the lobster. As great as lobster mac and cheese is, sometimes you got to let the mac and cheese be
the
mac
talking.
and cheese.
Yeah, I like the mac and
Sometimes, you're at a steakhouse as is. You always got the richness of everything else. Sometimes you just got to let the mac and cheese do its thing. I remember I said to Diamonds, we were at 5 Iron, and I was like, Diamonds, what time's the reservation? He's like, anytime after 5:30 tonight, sir. And I was like, yeah. Diamonds like, it's a Saturday night though. Like, you sure? And he looked at me and he goes, I am very well aware of what day of the week it is. I was like, all right, I'll back off.
The experience is obviously elevated going to dinner with him.
My
Because the table that we had, I felt like, I looked at Perez, I'm like, I feel like I'm sitting at a table in Game of Thrones right now.
Great, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's so good.
It was like a larger than life atmosphere, and we had like small tables around us, but it still felt like there was no one else in the room. Yep. And then I think we started getting a little bit loud, so Diamond sent drinks over.
Classy move.
Complimentary drinks to the table behind us. There were still French people, and they were just like, "Viva America!" It was like, it was wild, but it was like, I think
first time a French person's ever spoke Spanish, Bob.
Yeah. By the way, but it's such a classy move from Diamonds. We were loud and it was the back room. He sends drinks over to the table and they went to thank him and he just looked at me and he goes, God bless you.
But I truly think like the restaurant was so good, but that environment with our crew and our table and like the setting, it always like just elite. It like elevates the experience even more.
Yeah, it was great.
The last thing I will say about it, and it was so funny. I mean, it was kind of scary at the time. One of the servers thought that one of the tables gave a counterfeit $100 bill. So they go over to Diamonds, and so Diamonds.
Would they ask him to check it?
Yeah.
Amongst the fireplace.
You gotta be fucking kidding
So
me.
Diamonds goes, he gets up, he goes next to the fireplace, and he puts the bill next to the fireplace. He goes, it's not real. He's just like dead serious.
Like, if there's not a line running through it, all the old bills have a line running. Like, what is this guy, a fucking banker?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
it was just an all.
Day job's actually at the Federal Reserve.
I was talking to Diamonds last night about how good the mac and cheese was. Sorry to interrupt.
All yours,
podcast. And I was talking about it, and he picks it up and he goes, "Here, have some more, young man." And then he goes, "Ticket, have some more." And he goes, I can't believe I just called a grown man Ticket. I'll never do that again.
Yeah. He looked at Ticket too at one point. He's like, "You're really enjoying yourself."
It sounded like it.
Ticket's like, "How?" And Ticket looks at him. He's like, "Normally I eat a lot. I am going so hard that it hurts right now, and I have no desire to stop." And then like Diamond just looks over and he pats him. He's like, "I'm glad you're enjoying it."
That's right.
Somebody looks at you and they go, yeah. He goes, not one of Mikey's better performances tonight, and you're out like this. And Diamond sits back, and it felt like 10 minutes. He looks back and he takes a sip of his wine. He goes, no, it is not. It was unreal. Really, just special stuff. Big football Sunday ahead.
I'm not even ready for it.
The house on the Browns.
Yeah.
If we could play
we're all riding the Cleveland Browns.
What are we doing, man?
I don't know.
Do you like the game, or you're just going because of the ridership?
I'm out of pure ridership.
Yeah.
Pure ridership. Listen, I don't think that the Steelers are very good. I don't. I think Cleveland's defense could do a lot. What are you going to get out of the quarterback? I don't know.
Right after I put in the Browns,
got talent.
Literally, I shit you not, a few minutes after I put in the Browns pick,
Watson announcement,
I get a DM from Kenny Pickett, and he says, "Congrats on all the success, my man."
Classy guy.
I know.
Classy guy.
I put the house on the Browns, and then Pickett DMs. He goes, "Congrats on all the success in the Breezy Lounge." Thanks, KP, forever our quarterback. Tough.
Got the whole fucking tri-state area riding Cleveland.
The good thing too about this football Sunday is that Bob sent Beardown a bottle of tequila, so we're good to go for the whole.
My
Jake, let me see that bottle.
Damn, dude. This is
I
really
forgot about the tequila.
How's that tequila looking, Bob?
Get away with it.
I didn't realize we were sending a sippy cup. This thing is fucking. Bro, what are you doing? I mean, I was gonna say, could you fit in the frame? But it definitely can. It's not fucking small. What did you do with this?
You should have seen. You should have seen the bottle I got Volpe.
I got him a Magnum.
Down in an airplane bottle.
Oh my!
By the
Lord.
way, I did not want to show up empty-handed to Mikey's house tonight with Holly cooking and everything, so I Postmated over liquor, beer, and stuff like that. I Postmated. I thought I was getting one of the bigger bottles, and when I came down and I saw that, I said, "Was that the bottle that I sent?" And Holly's like, "Yeah, I guess you guys are taking a light today." I was like, "Damn, dude."
What isn't being taken lightly is some news that Michael, I'll let you share with the podcast of something that I asked Mikey about. No, because you know what? I took a lot of heat.
Wow, Jesus! I was about to praise you. You fucking nut.
Those two clowns are laughing at me.
Yeah, they're yeah.
It's not about you. It's
I'm not laughing at you.
Oh, you're laughing with me. Yeah.
I was laughing because he was about to say something nice, and you cut him off. You went even louder over him.
This fucking guy, man.
Me?
No,
Not
you.
We're off the rails.
We've been aligned very well.
Very much so.
We haven't. We've been aligned for years.
Yeah, we came out of the womb together.
Yeah, we did.
You want to share?
Mikey, share the news.
Well, I was going to get the bottle.
I mean, we should.
bottle.
Yeah. I
Tick,
mean,
can you
It's
grab
gonna
that
make
for me?
my bottle look real bad.
It's going to make Bob look horrible. It's going to make Bob look horrible. Well, anyway, so the news was I was asked this weekend, and I'm going to bring the gift that was bestowed upon me. Now, this is a bottle. This is a big old bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. It's a big old.
What color is that, Mike?
That's the blue label. That's the blue label.
I noticed a bluish hue.
That's the blue label. The blue label. But more importantly, Joseph has asked me to co-MC his wedding.
Very important.
That was before his performance last night.
Actually, in the group text, I said, I'm kind of worried now. I might have to talk in my own way. No. I'm joking.
I'll be on, and I've accepted, and I will be on my best behavior.
I am beyond honored to have Michael be a part. Now, I took a lot of heat from a lot of people, and I know it was kind of like a running bit, not so much running bit, about him being a groomsman. And Mikey is an integral part of our lives and someone who is very important to us. And as I said before, it seems like we've known him forever. And I think that's a testament to how close we have become, even in the sense I've only met him in person a handful of times. But this is the right move. Nicole and I were all in on this. And I am so excited to have you be the MC at our wedding because I know A, you will take it very seriously.
Very seriously, yeah.
And B, I know you will deliver. And C, you will roast Bob the whole night, which is going to be fucking awesome.
You should. I will say it's the right move, and 100%. I think you will do a terrific job. I think you're gonna really. I think you're gonna really. I think you're gonna be so good. I think you're gonna do just so awesome.
I mean, you're making me out to be no.
Anyway, that's the last one.
The honor is mine. because that's the most important day of your lives together.
Yeah.
And congratulations, as we've said, as soon as you got engaged. But the honor and the pleasure is mine, and I am going to take it very seriously. And I can't wait. I think it'll be great. And thank you again, Joseph. It means the world.
Would you be open to him? And again, I really do. I think he will crush it.
He will.
I think the thing that he would crush the most, would you be open to him doing like a little bit of a roast the night before? Or at all?
Fine. And listen, the night of the wedding, I have it's a very traditional, like my family, Italian, like Mikey knows how it works. So like the night of the wedding, he can definitely take some jabs at me throughout the evening, 100%. But like a full roast, we could do that for like the rehearsal day or something like that. 100%. We could even do it live so that people can see the roast online. I have no issue with that whatsoever.
I think it would be.
Someone rang my Ring doorbell, so I was just making sure.
You're good.
Yeah.
I also hope this puts to bed anybody who's been coming saying, like how come you're not?
Let me cut that off right now, because I'm the person that probably stoked that fire too much. I was more than delighted just to be a guest of the wedding. I was never expecting anything more than that. For me to be put in that position now means the world to me, Joe. You're one of my dearest friends. I consider you one of my dearest friends, and I love you, and I wish nothing but the best for you, Nicole. And the speech of the wedding will be a lot better than that.
I know it will.
I think it's going to be an all-timer.
Yeah.
I will
You better watch out, man.
Watch out. I'm ready. I do think if we ever had a night, it would be one of the funniest things. If we ever had a night, like, not even with the wedding wouldn't be the time to do it, but if we ever did like a roast, like with this crew.
I've been saying we should bring back the celebrity roast for this group, because it would be, the problem is if you watch some of those celebrity roasts, like the Dean Martin roasts of the past, you could never put that on TV ever now. Like, you'd be canceled.
Could you imagine?
What happened is everyone's making fun of each other. Everyone is ripping each other, regardless of religion, race, creed. And back then but now you could never do that. Never.
Yeah.
I think our roast would be tremendous.
We could all take turns too, because everyone.
That's how the roast goes.
Yeah.
And you know what? This crew's so good with everybody can take their licks.
Yes.
Like everybody would be really good about taking shit. And that's really the way that should be.
The Jet would be brutal, man.
Oh my!
He would eviscerate people.
I'd be done, dude. He would light me the fuck up, dude. I think all you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
I would get.
He'd say some things to me that I'd never financially recover from.
There would be some things that night. I also think Mikey would destroy me. I think Mikey would kill me. But I think it would be a blast. I really do.
That's an idea.
I agree.
That's an idea.
Folks, we interrupt the Brilliantly Dumb Show to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at AG1. I started taking AG1 for about a year and a half now. If you're a longtime listener, you know I'm a big AG1 guy. Gut health, my overall immune system, and just to add that extra spark of energy into my day-to-day, which everybody needs that day-to-day energy. I recommend AG1 to all my family and friends because it really does put me in the right mindset. And I know I'm taking the best, finest ingredients, something that I could replace my multivitamin with, came from AG1. Just one scoop does it all for you. You can't go wrong. AG1 is the supplement I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why they've been a partner for so long. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/dumb. That's drinkag1.com/dumb. Check it out.
All right, boys, let's head on over to our top 5. This is a Joey D top 5. Joey D, tell the folks what we're going to be doing today.
Well, we've been staying in a lot of hotels lately and traveling a lot and been all over. So I was thinking we do a top 5 late night room service order.
Yep.
What is it that you, at the end of the night, it can be breakfast, it can be dessert, it can be entree, it can be whatever you want. But what are you craving at the end of the night before bed? You just want to get some food in you and you want to call it a night. What are the top 5 things you're ordering?
Who do you want first,
I think we're going to start with you, Bob. You order probably more room service than anyone. So I
say Bob's the room service king.
Yeah, he is, man.
I was ready. I came up with his top 5 in seconds flat.
I was gonna say, like this is T-ball for Bob.
Now, also too, I think, and it's your top 5, Joe, but correct me if I'm wrong. The top 5 should be really only things you can get in in-room dining, right? Like realistic.
Yeah, you're not going to do like. I mean, you could do a steak, but like New York steak and stuff, and like
no, but like you can't say like
burger and fries. It's just a burger.
Oh, okay.
Because like I think you could put fries individually.
Oh, that
no.
Can we? Okay, it's your call.
What do you think? What do you?
I do have burger and fries in there. I just think it comes hand in hand.
That's fine. You know why? Because I was gonna actually think about doing just an order of French fries in and of itself. But we'll do burger and fries. That's fine. That's fine. I'll pivot.
All right. Number 5. And it's tough for me to even put this because it was a tough scene last week. I had a real rough showing. Number 5, fettuccine Alfredo. Fettuccine Alfredo.
You're getting there.
You know what bothered me is like I'm sure some people thought it was a bit. Like even you said,
a
it
lot
wasn't
of people
a
thought
bit.
it was a bit. Yeah.
I even said to Tick, I called him after. I was like, "Can you watch this?" I was like, "It wasn't a bit. I wish it was." I got fettuccine Alfredo at 5. Number 4, I went ahead and rocked with the personal pizza.
Nice.
It's a very, very common thing for in-room dining. I had the personal pizza at 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with the ice cream sundae. I think a lot
it's a power play.
Yeah, a lot of in-room dining menus have the ice cream sundae. Joe said, I really am a huge in-room dining guy. I really am. And then number 2, I got the burger and fries. Which I think is really just.
Are you doing a burger or cheeseburger normally?
Cheeseburger and fries. If it's on there, cheeseburger and fries, a 2. And then number 1, I don't know if you guys really saw this one coming, but to me, it's like the most classic in-room dining order is the club sandwich.
That's a song. I love club sandwich.
Me too.
On rye toast.
Sure. Yeah. But the only thing too, somebody said about the club sandwich, maybe you said it one time, Ticket, and it is true. Nothing hits the roof of your mouth.
Nothing.
I think you said it maybe.
Yeah, it destroys the roof of your mouth.
Captain Crunch and a club sandwich are the 2 things that just ruin the top of your mouth.
It's because the sandwich is just so large.
It's huge.
And there's no way, like, you're not, like, only a coward would, like, split a club sandwich in half and unstack the club sandwich.
It's true.
Like, you can't do that.
By the way, would you say out of all those things, the club sandwich calories-wise, between that and the fries, has to be the most calories on the menu, considering how much bread and shit.
The ice cream's got to be up there.
More than the club sandwich, you'd say? With the fries?
More than a burger?
I think the turkey.
I would say for sure.
Turkey club is probably the healthiest option out of all.
So too.
I just
with
think
the fries, I mean, the fries are going to push everything over.
Yeah, with the layers of bread.
Yeah.
I would say pound for pound, club sandwich is more than a burger and fries calorie-wise.
You may be right, but I'm not willing to accept that because I think a club sandwich is a healthy meal. Sometimes I trick myself into believing.
Yeah, it's fair. Okay.
Right, I thought that was a good top 5.
Yeah, that's a very good top 5.
Joey, you're called, huh?
I'll go. We'll let Mikey. Mikey doesn't often get to round out at the end, so I'll go next. At number 5, I have mac and cheese. All my list items, I put things like knowing that like I don't always expect the quality of like the items coming out to be like top notch depending on where you stay. So like I try to keep it simple, stupid. So like I would normally like to order like an elaborate pasta, like a fettuccine Alfredo or like a rigatoni bolognese, but you don't really know what you're getting. I think if you stick with something simple like mac and cheese, most places will do that pretty solid. So I've got that in the 5 slot. Next I got chicken wings at number 4.
Let's go on.
I think like I kind of like to do like if I do a room service order, I kind of like to do like a couple different items. So like something like a chicken wings, and then I'll do like a smaller item as an entree. I kind of feel like I got like a nice little feast in front of me. So give me chicken wings at 4.
He's one of the more fascinating people that's ever
He really is, dude.
He's just fascinating. I could just sit here and listen to him talk. Like, it's just amazing. It amazes me.
All right. I don't know how to take that in. Number 3, I'm going to do I'm going to do ice cream. I was dabbling with ice cream Sunday, but I love a good dessert, especially at the end of the night. You feel a little naughty before you go to bed. Tick, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Why did Ticket have to take it straight, man? Ticket's got to take it straight there.
Like, you know, it's like when you were a kid, you wanted to order dessert always with, like, when you get that ice cream or cheese. It depends on what that.
Like that scene in Home Alone 2 when he orders the ice cream cart. Yeah, that's
sitting
special,
there
man.
watching a movie or Netflix. You got a big bowl of ice cream, maybe the cream and sprinkles. Yeah, give me ice cream at 3. At number 2, I have chicken fingers.
Fuck.
Chicken fingers. It's again, I'm trying to keep it very simple throughout the list. Chicken fingers. Go to barbecue sauce, ranch dressing, cannot go wrong. Some places you get lucky enough they have honey mustard, but I never.
Oh, love honey mustard.
Honey mustard, I think, is my favorite
It's
sauce.
an underrated condiment, dude.
It's so good, but like a lot of places they don't do it or they don't do it well.
Are we hearing? Are we on the same wave about the love for mustard right now?
Yeah.
Well, it's a honey.
That's different.
That's
though.
encompassed in the mustard family, Bob.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't hate your mustard
Yes,
take
you did.
as much as he did. Is what I'm going to say. He hated that.
You
take.
really did, and now honey mustard's your favorite condiment.
But
It's
you
a honey
can.
mustard.
It's
It's not a-
different.
It's a mustard. It's got it right in the title. It's
I know
fucking
what you're
mustard.
saying, but you can't sit here and say
It's got a
that
whole
mustard and
different-
honey mustard is even in the same realm.
It's very different.
I know it is. Do you agree, Ticket, or no? Be honest.
It's in the same realm. It's different,
Taste-wise.
but it's in the same realm.
Thank you,
Gotcha.
Tick.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
It's mustard. I mean, it's
like
mustard.
Regular mustard is overbearing. It's
All
like,
I'll say is I'm glad mustard's getting the love that it should have got last year, or whenever we did that top 5.
number 1, I think this is probably the most go-to order I'll do just because I know I'm going to get a consistent product is a cheeseburger or some kind of burger variation. Sandwiches is solid, but again, you don't know, like, I don't know. Sometimes the bread, it comes out. I think because the hamburger's warm, it's always coming out pretty decent. So I'll go cheeseburger in the 1 slot.
If you had the over on that top 5, you have cashed the over. That was one of the longest top 5.
I'm sorry, we had a fucking 2-minute spiel about mustard. We had you guys contemplating how great it is to hear me talk. So there was multiple conversations.
That's a compliment,
That is a
though,
compliment.
Joe.
No, I know, but he's making it sound like I just went off the rails for 10 minutes on my top 5.
Michael, we're going to head over to you. Your top 5.
I'm going to rip through this fast. 5, give me, and I'm going to go in the breakfast direction. I think that was a slap in the face. Give me the Belgian waffle at number 5. Give me the waffle butter syrup. I'm going to take Belgian waffle at 5. Number 4, I got chicken fingers, Joe. The chicken fingers and fries is, I think that's a must. 3, club sandwich. I do have the club sandwich. I think the classic club. I like a roast beef club personally on rye.
Yeah,
that's the roast beef club with rye fries. Number 2, ice cream. A lot of repeats. I'm sorry, but this is the way it is. Number 2, ice cream. And then number 1 for me is going to be the cheeseburger and fries, which is, and I know this is disappointing because this is a lot of repeats, but it is what it is. I don't spend as much time in hotels as these gentlemen, but I can tell you right now, you'd be hard pressed to find a better room service, safe play than going with the cheeseburger fry. I think it is the safest play out of them all.
You know,
that's my fault.
You know what I heard coming out, and it's my favorite impression you do is I heard Kuiper there for a little bit. Like, I got the cheeseburger at 5. I like the cheeseburger and the 5-all, and then I like the chicken
watch too
tenders
much
at
about
4.
Kuiper.
It's the best. It's the best.
Let me tell you something about this number 1 overall selection with the cheeseburger over here. Big hitter coming out of the farms, Wisconsin. Grass-fed beef. You know, some of the finest turnovers there.
I love that.
Mention, Bobby boy.
I'm gonna go chicken wings. I thought chicken wings is a really, really solid play.
Joe?
It's a good one. This is honorable mention because, again, just the quality. You don't always get good quality pizza. I love to order pizza, but I have been so often
You've been wronged.
Yeah, you're like you get stoked, and then it comes and it's like small and withered and like, but like it's
Small and withered. Yeah, I hear you, Joe. I hear you. Honorable mention. We got to go. We got to get going.
Yeah,
I got to do mine.
Yeah, yours.
Give me. I'm going to go another breakfast item. I'm a big breakfast guy. Give me.
You know what? It's actually a good play because the late night menu has breakfast on it.
Yes, it does, and that's why I'm going to play the French toast.
Oh,
Sure.
Give me French toast.
Sure.
French toast.
All right, Talercio's on the way. That was a fun podcast. Incredible weekend. Really was top of the line. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Back to the shitty audio next week, but we love you. It's been another edition of the Brilliant Lump Show.